Court does call the case of Spice Street Apartments versus Haley Salsbury. Come on up. Come on, Haley. Hello.
Hi.
State your name for the record.
Haley Salsbury.
All right. How much do you have at this point?
With October now, Your Honor, and the court cost, the total due is $6,043.55.
Really? How are you going to get that paid?
Not today, but sooner than later.
Pardon?
Sooner than later.
All right. Let me ask you this. I mean, the reality is you don't have the money, right? All right. Now, you understand that what that's going to mean is that you can't stay there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You get that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know if this was mentioned at the last hearing, but what plaintiff is asking for is plaintiff is not asking that you pay. Eventually they will,
Yeah.
but they're not asking that the money be paid. They're asking, they want their apartment back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you understand that? Okay. So then my question to you is, how soon can you be out? Right?
Well, that's just whenever. We just want to both be off the lease without it like affecting our records anymore. Because we weren't even notified of the court dates. So
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're talking about two different things here. Okay. Okay. So we can kind of deal with part of that. And I'm not sure where that other part is coming from, but I have some suspicions. But the real question is when, okay, let's just look at this case. And you understand what I'm saying is they're not asking for a money judgment at this time for this amount. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That amount is just what would be a redemption amount, meaning that if you were going to stay, that's the amount you'd have to pay to the landlord. Follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then the question really is, in this instance, when can you move out? Okay. And have yourself someplace safe. And then you can always work with the landlord regarding this amount, regarding how you pay that amount back.
Well, he doesn't talk.
Who doesn't talk?
The landlord doesn't really talk.
Okay. You can write him a letter then.
Okay.
All right. I mean, write him a letter and propose whatever. I'm sure Ms. Dornbush will let them know that you had a benefit that you no longer have. Didn't expect it. I looked at given your birthday is April, her benefit cut that May. That's why May didn't get paid.
Mhm.
And that's her whole, that's how you were living, right? Okay. So you follow all of that here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you don't want anything that's going to affect your record or your whatever. If I had to rule on this case today, there would be a judgment. Okay. I don't want to see that against you either. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, but that's what would happen. So we've got to kind of take it in pieces. Okay. So when do you think you could be out of the apartment?
Anytime they need.
Okay. You've got some place to go?
I can, but if
Haley,
I'm
Haley,
paying,
Haley.
if it's October rent, then are they taking that off?
Pardon? Haley, what are you reading?
Nothing.
Yeah, no, hold on, darling. Look, It's okay. What was the last thing that you said to me about October?
So if I leave soon, or if I leave, are they gonna make me still pay October's rent, or will they take that off? Because they
Okay.
added October's rent to it.
Right, but listen. Yes, you would have, since you're occupying the premises, the simplest answer to that is you would have October that you would have to pay. All right.
So if they want me out today or tomorrow, then why would I
Hold on.
pay all?
Whoa. Back up, slow down a little bit. Okay, Haley, please. Haley, when can you comfortably get yourself out of the property?
I don't know.
Back up one moment, Haley. Haley, do you have a place to go? Right. As we
I
sit
can't.
here, hold it. As we sit here right now, do you have a place to go?
Yeah, I have a friend.
Do you have stuff in there, Haley?
Have what?
You have things in the apartment, right? Okay.
Not
So,
nothing big.
pardon?
Not nothing big.
Have you talked to the friend about moving in? At all?
I know she will let me stay for a little bit and then I can try to figure it out.
Okay. So how much time would you need to try to make that first part happen?
It just like if I'm already gonna have to pay October, then I might as
Okay.
well stay for
Haley,
October.
Haley.
I don't know.
Let me back up a moment, okay? On one thing. Your October rent, okay, and all the rent. Did you understand what I said? Where it's a redemption amount instead of a money judgment? Maybe I was talking to legalese. You understand what I mean by that? So, what the plaintiff is asking for is a judgment. They want their apartment back, and they're just saying that if you want to stay, this is the amount you have to pay. Okay. If you leave, you pay. You either got to pay that amount or you got to leave. That's what really happened. Okay. Now, the monetary amount that you're talking about, which I see is a big worry for you, right? That's where I'm talking about. You try to work something out with them to get that paid back at some point. Okay. But as I sit here right now, that's not really a concern for the court because they're just asking for the apartment back. And the only thing that I'm trying to do is try to figure out some way that the plaintiff can get their apartment back and
They can have their apartment.
you get a soft landing, because that's the other part that's important for the court.
And Your Honor, if I may just add a little something that hasn't been addressed yet, but maybe might provide a little bit of clarity to Miss Salisbury, is that the sooner Spice Tree can get their apartment back, the sooner they can re-rent it. The sooner they
Yeah.
re-rent it, the sooner her obligation under the contract ends. Because right now, she has a lease agreement for, I believe, a year. And I don't know when it expires, but the sooner they can re-rent the unit, it means that's the less rent that they would accelerate under the contract that was
Yeah.
signed. And
Gotcha.
so if she, I understand her reasoning. If I'm going to be responsible for October, I might as well stay till the end of October. But the reality of that situation is that means the unit probably won't be re-rented by November 1, which means the November rent could be accelerated and potentially the December rent can be accelerated. So the sooner she's able to surrender possession, the sooner they can do what they need to do to re-rent the unit and then hopefully end her liability going forward.
What month did you move into the Spice Tree?
April
April.
15.
Gotcha.
Um,
So
um,
go ahead.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Why am I just now having to go to court for all of this?
What do you mean?
That's like the only question. It's just I feel like I shouldn't owe this much. I feel like I never got any notice when I didn't pay the rent.
Your Honor, if I could also on that. So the non-payment demand was issued on August 14th. It was mailed to the unit. My client informs me that they did make delinquency calls. They did post notices on the door. They did send out balance due letters. Obviously, they sent the non-payment demand. And so they did attempt to communicate with both Miss Salisbury and Mr. Wellesley without success. And I think the first time that there was contact by Mr. Wellesley, I believe, was after a September 16th email. And I believe him and his mother both did reach out to the complex at that time. And it was an email just to notify of the upcoming court date. So I'm not sure what happened as far as Miss Salisbury receiving that correspondence or receiving phone calls. I can't speak to that. I can just say from my client's position, they did attempt to reach out to both parties to discuss the balance that was due.
I didn't get no notices on the door in the mail until September. And then I didn't know of the court date until like 4 days before because
But I got you. But Haley,
okay, I don't know.
no, just listen. Here's the reality, right? You knew you hadn't paid your rent, right?
Yeah, but if I would have had a court date sooner, I would have just been able to maybe get up with the rent. But they just let me have all of this added up. But it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, Haley. If you could tell me how much you could come up with today, how much could you come
It's
up
fine.
with?
I don't want to stay there.
I didn't think you did. That's why I wasn't even exploring that with you. Okay? So, Haley, what date can you comfortably move by? Understanding that the earlier that you move and get your stuff out, give them back the apartment, the better off you're going to be.
And as soon as they want me to, if they want me to today, I will.
I'm going to do it this way. Is the other party here? He's not. Did he check in? Oh, that's right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So, Haley, if I gave you 10 days to get out, you'd be able to do that?
Mhm.
Well, it would be the 15th, so it's going to be a half a month. All right.
And Your Honor, something odd just happened that I just want to bring to the court's attention, as I think Your Honor is aware. You have a very loyal YouTube following as well as other social media following. And I received an email just a minute ago from one of your followers. Obviously, I cannot advocate on behalf of Ms. Salsbury, Mr. Wellesley. I represent Spice Tree. But I wanted to bring to the court's attention that one of your YouTube followers has indicated that many of your followers want to help Ms. Salsbury. And so I'm not really sure how to handle this, Your Honor. This is kind of a first for me that I'm being contacted directly, and I'm sure because my information is more readily locatable, findable on the internet. And so your followers have indicated to me that they want to assist her in making this payment. They have suggested starting a GoFundMe, and
That what?
starting a GoFundMe so they can assist Miss Salisbury in paying this balance. And as I've indicated, I can't advocate for any of this because I believe that may violate my ethical duties to Spice Tree, but I'm relaying to the court what has been communicated to me since I am now in receipt of this correspondence.
You understand that, Ms. Salsbury? Sad.
A little bit.
I guess there are folks out there that want to help you out.
Okay, I don't know how it would work, but
Well, I'm not even sure how it works. I'm kind of surprised a little bit, but as Ms. Dornbush was. Okay. Haley, you really don't know what you want to do, and I get that. And you had a rough journey. There's no two ways about it. And you're trying to make the best decision that you can. And I get that. Okay. Like last week when I asked Ms. Dornbush if I could talk to you guys without her being present, and she said, okay, she had her ammunition about her. She's representing her client. Would you have any problem if I were to talk to Ms. Dornbush in private along with the court liaison officer? Would you have any problem with that, Haley?
no.
All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to have a seat. This is my last case in this block, right? Okay. Have a seat. We'll get your call back up as soon as I come back out. Okay, Ms. Dornbush, I'm going to have to move I'm going to take my iPad and going back, and then you can actually start the two whenever that happens. So I want Ms. Dornbush and Amy.
Yes.